Hey guys, Levi here. Today I will show you how I go about farming green chests on the Roads of Avalon. I will start my journey in town with nothing on me. I will show you how I go about building my loadout, my build basically. Yeah, I'll take you through the entire process. And if you wonder why this is a good activity, like green chests on the Roads of Avalon, well, they make for a lot of fame and, in my experience, for really good loot as well. Just like all the treasure chests in Albion Online, like whenever you get loot, you have the four different rarities here as well. So you have green, blue, purple, and legendary. I'm not really sure why we always say the other three by the color and then the legendary one. We don't say yellow or orange, but we say legendary. That's quite funny though. But yeah, it's like common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. And yeah, based on what color you get, you of course get better loot. Well, on average, right? Sometimes you would be surprised, man. Sometimes you get like really good loot from green chests, blue chests, and really terrible loot from legendary chests. But you know, in Roads of Avalon, from my experience, it's quite alright. The average is really good. I like this content. I really do. I was a huge fan of the Roads of Avalon when it came out. I did my fair share of farming these chests back in the day. And right now, the activity is underrated. Honestly, it's underrated. The Roads of Avalon aren't as active, not anywhere near as active as they used to be. So, you know, if you are like a newer player or if you need progress in general, I think this activity is really good right now to do. You should know, if you are a newer player, you should know the Roads of Avalon. It's black zone, so you will lose everything you have on you if you die. And although it's underrated and inactive compared to before, there are still people doing them. So you will run into people. So don't bring anything too crazy, I would say. So what I am going to do is I'm going with a 4.1 set, and what I like to do is buy a tier 4 set and just enchant it to 0.1, because as you can see, like this boltcaster, it sells for 30k here. But if I buy a 0.1, it's 41k. So there's like a 12k difference. Well, 11k difference. And the rune for this one, if I were to buy 192 runes, you can see it's only 3k to enchant it myself. So I save 7k here, or 8k, on just the weapon. And if you do this with every piece of gear you are going to use, and you know, over 10, 20, 100 loadouts, it's a lot of silver, honestly. So just enchant stuff yourself if it's cheaper. The build I will be using today is I will build a boltcaster build, because the mobs in the Roads of Avalon, so how these camps work is, it's like a chest that's guarded by a boss with about 8, 9, 10 mobs around it. And each of these mobs and the boss itself has a huge HP pool. So it's not like solo dungeons where you have like a lot of trash mobs that you need to one or two shot, you know. But it's more like it's longer fights. And since you will be trying to pick these fights one by one, so you won't be AoE farming them, you will be doing them one by one, which is why, you know, something with high single target damage is really nice to have. So the boltcasters, for example, which has huge damage, like single target damage on the E, is an excellent pick for this content. So I'm going to buy a boltcaster here. Let's see, outstanding. You can see like outstanding is already 40k. We're not going to do that. Let's just stick to good quality. That's more than fine. And it's actually like above average, but that's fine. Doesn't matter that much. I'll go with boltcaster. I think soldier boots is a good pick as well. Let's put this to tier 4. I can go with leather boots as well if I want to, but I think soldier boots is nice as well to have some sustain on it. So we'll pick rejuvenating sprint on this one for some sustain. On the boltcasters, you can go with either Q. This is up to you. For some reason, I like going with the first Q more, although the second Q is more damage, more DPS. I like this Q. I like this Q for the mobs in Roads of Avalon. I'm not really sure why that is though, but both are viable. And in fact, I think the second Q is even better. So let's put this passive to the second one, which will reset our Q. Now I skipped the W, but the W you want to have Thunder Shot, which is a single target ability that will do some damage. But more importantly, it will reduce the resistances of the mobs. And this makes this build even stronger. You know, I think I'm gonna go for max DPS here. I think I'm just gonna go with the second Q. Let's do second Q, second W, and second passive. So everything second here. All right. So for your armor, you have a few choices. I would say Druid Robe is a very good one. How this one works is you have Obsessive Burst, which will give you a buff that will stack up to 6 times, and you will basically have a damage increase up to 36% for 20 seconds. Because whilst you are building these stacks up, you already get you already benefit from this buff, and once you're at once the initial 10 seconds pass, you get another wave of buffs based on how many stacks you got, and that one lasts for 10 seconds as well. So you're looking at 20 seconds of damage increase here. I think this one is really good, but you know, there is like a chance for PvP encounter, which is why I think Cleric Robe might be better. It's also cheaper, right? Let's see. I think it's cheaper. Yes, it's also cheaper. So save some money there as well. Let's pick this one. The Cleric Robe, you want to use the Everlasting Spirit, which is a shield that increases your damage as well, and aggression for the passive. And when it comes to the helmet, you can go with many different things. And I always feel awkward when selecting the helmet for a build because I feel like it's the one that matters the least. But at the same time, based on what situation you find yourself in, it's the helmet that matters. Like, it's the thing that matters the most, you know? It's very decisive in PvP situations. But what I am going to do is I think I might go with a Mage Cowl here to have more single target damage by using poison. Although that would require me to auto attack, which is fine, I suppose. So poison. All right, so we will take a bag here. A bag just tier 4 is enough. If we need extra weight at some point, I'll just swap the courier on my passive on the boots. As for my pots, I will take poison pots with me. So a stack of poison pots. 10 of them. You can bring more if you want to. 10 is nice. Now for the food, you can do 2 things. You can go with something offensive like beef stew, which is a tier 8 food. This will increase your damage. But you won't have health sustain. If you want health sustain, you can go with catfish, for example. Catfish is good. It's a budget health regen food, so you can go with this one if you want to. Or you can go with soup. What was the soup called, man? It's been a while I played, but cabbage soup. That's it. Yeah, cabbage soup. It's a bit more expensive, but it heals for more. I'm personally going with beef stew here. If you have health sustain issues, just go with, what is it called? Cabbage soup or catfish. But, you know, I'm pretty confident in my abilities, so beef stew, it will help me kill faster. And if I have PvP, the beef stew, the extra damage will definitely help as well. For your cape, you have multiple options. If you want to go budget, you can go with a standard cape. Like just a tier 4, I would take a good quality one. It provides item power, which doesn't do much, but also max energy and energy regen, which is very, very necessary. This is your budget option, basically, but if you want to have a skill cape, like you can see my build, my loadout right now costs 42k in total, yeah? So if I go with this cape, it's going to be 43k. So it's very budget, honestly, it's very, very budget, very beginner friendly. By taking this cape, you keep it budget, but you can go for a faction cape as well, and you have a few options. One of my favorite capes in general is the Thetford cape, but I do want to warn you that in this content specifically, you want to pick the mobs one by one, so you may accidentally trigger multiple mobs with the Thetford cape, which kind of goes against what you want to do. So the Demon cape, you know, I think the Demon cape, it won't help you as much in PvP scenarios, but, you know, it does a lot of damage over time in one specific area without triggering any mobs, other mobs. So the Demon cape is what I am going with today. All right, as for my horse, you know, honestly, I don't ride anything slower than a Grey Wolf normally, but for the sake of this video, I will go with a Journeyman's riding horse, a tier 3 horse, to keep the full loadout budget, basically. So, yeah, we have a very, very budget setup here, and with a lot of single target damage, a lot of single target damage. Now the last thing we need to do is buy runes, and if you just sort on runes on tier 4 without anything else, you can enchant your gear to point 1. And I would say just enchant your weapon and armor pieces. Don't enchant anything else. You don't. Well, cape would be nice as well, but don't enchant your bag. Yeah, cape would definitely be nice. So how many do we need? For the weapon, we need 192. So let's buy 192 here. And then we need another 192 for the armors. Like all the armors together is another 192. And then 48 for the cape. All right, there we go. So 432 in total. So yeah, at this point you want to go to the artifact foundry, it's called, I believe, where you can enchant this at 2.1. That's exactly what we are going to do now. So the artifact foundry, you can recognize it by this symbol here. If you hover over it, it will say artifact foundry. If you have the materials, enchanting is free. So it just takes you like 20 seconds extra time to save. A lot of money on every loadout, honestly. Make sure you don't click on the second tab by accident. This will salvage your gear, so this will get rid of your gear. You will delete your gear. I made that mistake a couple times before. It's not a mistake you want to be doing. So third tab, enchant, and yeah, that's it. Now our set is 0.1. You can see I have 1065 item power, and I do have specs on these items, right? You can see like gold medals, silver medals, and stuff. But honestly, I've been doing a lot of new player runs as well, and even with a day 1, day 2 character, you can go with this set and do these chests very easily. The reason I'm doing this on my main today is because the fame is so good, I don't want to miss out on it, you know? I'm playing so much on alt characters for the sake of videos that my main is not progressing as well. So yeah, when I can, I will be doing stuff on my main, just like today. So let's make sure we have the right abilities here. We have Poison with Aggression. We have Everlasting Spirit with Aggression again. Soldier Boots, if you find yourself in a PvP situation, you may want to swap to Wanderlust. Dodge is always a good one to have as well. I will be on Rejuvenating Sprint for some extra sustain here. Toughness for defenses, because we don't have any other options basically. But once I need some extra weight, I can swap to Courier. As for the weapon, as I said before, either first Q or second Q, both are fine. If you have energy issues, just go for the first Q, I would say. It's less energy hungry. On the second ability, the W, you definitely want to be on Thundershot and well-prepared passive. So this setup is like the ideal setup for this content. All right, so now we need to find a Roads of Avalon portal. And these can be found all over the place, really. So you can go to the Outlands if you want to. Like I can go to the Black Zone here through the Realm Gate. You can find them there. But you can also find them in all of these areas, basically. So I'll be going northwest here, which will take me to Smooth Floor Cleft, which is a tier 4 blue zone. Am I right? I think so. Tier 4 blue zone. Yes, indeed. All right, so if you open your map, you can see portals here. They are green ones, meaning they are 2 players. Like this one, as you can see, has like this gray swirl around it, which means you can enter it. This one, it's faded, right? Which means the entrances have been taken and you need to wait 5 minutes for the next entry to pop up again. So there's like a player limitation where the entries fill up over time. The green portals, you can enter with 2 players. They have like 2 slots, 2 entries, whatever you want to call them. And they take 5 minutes for the next entry. You also have blue portals, which are 7 men, and those have a timer of 10 minutes. And you have the biggest portals, the golden ones, the legendary portals. Those are 20 men. And if I remember correctly, those entries take 20 minutes to reset. So, you know, based on how big your party is, you may want to take a different type of portal. Since I am solo, green portals are most in my favor because it also means that it's less likely that I'm going to run into groups and stuff. So I'll just go to the portal at the very north, which still has one entry. I hope no one else takes it by the time I get there. Should be fine. Should be fine to go there. Hopefully there's some green chests, because these portals lead to different places, right? And sometimes they will lead to mining areas, gathering areas. Sometimes they will lead to hideout areas. Like, they all lead to all kinds of different stuff. And what we are looking for is green chests. In my case, the tier of the green chests doesn't matter. The higher, the better, actually. But there are like 3 different tiers. You have tier 4, tier 6, and tier 8. So if you don't have the Reaver level unlocked yet whatsoever, um, you may want to be more careful with the with the mob levels or the camp levels. So once you are inside, you will have a bubble, and you can go back, and there is a timer. Like, you can see, it's free to use for 5 minutes. So I can freely go back for 5 minutes, and after that, I need to be careful of the entries. Now, keep in mind, the Roads of Avalon is a black zone. Like, all the Roads of Avalons are, all the roads, like all the maps are black zone. So it is for loot. Be careful with that. Now, luckily, my loadout costs only 110k silver. It's actually cheaper because I enchanted it myself. So about 100k, which honestly isn't bad at all. Isn't bad at all. Even if I die, like 100k, it shouldn't really hurt your economy. Just make sure you can afford like 10, 20, 30 sets, and then just go with one set and see what you can get done. Even if you clear one camp, the fame is massively worth it. So if you get this loot out of it as well, that's only better. So yeah, the chests I'm looking for are these green chests. You can see on this map already. Now keep in mind, this zone in particular is connected to 4 different portals. So, the activity here might be bigger than usual, which is why, it's very smart to go deeper. Like, just take the next portal, maybe 1 or 2 more, and just go deeper. It's less likely that there will be people there. I don't want to spend too much time, on the road basically here. So I'll just go to the cheapest. I mean, nearby chest basically. All right, there we go. Just avoid these mobs. Just walk past them. Fine. And you can see like these 2 here, this one, they are all part of the camp. The camp we are going for. All right. So just reset on the other side. And one important thing is keep your mount up at all times. All right. So first thing, you want to pop your food. I tend to forget about that quite often. This camp is a tier 6, as you can see. If you click on the map, you can see it's a tier 6 camp. And yeah, just start off with a Q, W to get the pierce in, Q again, and then just E. He will knock me back. Yeah, he will knock me back. He interrupted my my ability there, but it's fine. Use your helmet, use your cape. Bit of a rough time here, honestly, because I lured 2 mobs instead of 1. So yeah, it's quite important. You want to lure only 1 mob. Just reset when you are having a tough time, like I am. Just reset. If you can get a kill in before you reset, that's only better. If you can't, it's fine as well. Just reset and look around, honestly. The reason you want to be looking around is because this is a black zone, right? So there might be people coming. You can't know. And you might find some treasure chests, as like these hidden treasure chests, which have silver and items in them. I don't see them right now. I do know they changed the visuals, so it's harder to spot them as well. But yeah, now I've reset it completely. My HP is back up again. I'll just go up here again. Yeah, so this one that just interfered is a roaming one. It moves a bit, so that's why we had a bit of difficulties. I had like the wrong angle there, so I couldn't really see anything. But normally you don't want to be luring this. So just Q, W, get an auto attack in, and just E. Honestly, the rotation of your build, the rotation of your abilities, it doesn't matter that much. As long as you get the pierce in and the E, that's fine. That will do a lot of damage. So this mob, he has a couple abilities where, if he gets close to you, he will do a big AoE like this one. This will stun you. You don't want to get hit by that. He has like a wind wall type of thing. You don't want to get hit by that either. This one might get hit here or just on the edge. Luckily, we didn't get hit. If that hits you, it interrupts you, it knocks you back. So try not to get hit by anything, basically. This one is just annoying. There's a lot of line AoEs. Once again, just Q, like use all your abilities, honestly. It doesn't even matter what rotation you use, but just try to combine your W with your E, and that's the most damage in this build, basically. What I like to do is, like, I cleared one side here, right? There's still mobs up here that I need to clear, but I first want to clear this camp. In fact, like, if you want to be more safe, when you just get here, you can just walk into the camp and try to reset somewhere. You'll probably get knocked down though, but you can clear from the inside towards the outer side, which will make it much safer for you. But you will get knocked down unless you have like an invisibility. But this way, the way I'm doing it, you kind of open one entrance to gankers, so it's the trade-off between safety and repair costs. Like if I just use my W and my E, you can already see this mob loses more than half his HP there. Like he's already down to like 20%. I think I procced my cape as well there. I'm still used to picking up silver, so keep clicking on it, but right now you can just walk on it and it will pick it up. All right, let's wait for these two to create a bit of distance. There we go. Pop your helmet. This one you want to kill as fast as possible. This one reminds me of a Pokemon. What was it, like Magnetic or something? Magneto? I'm not sure, man. It's been like fucking 20 years, 25 years I watched Pokemon, but there was like this Pokemon that had like a, once he evolved, he would become like 3 magnets. Magneto? I'm not sure, man. But this one always reminds me of that. But yeah, that little guy with the 3 hands, you want to kill as quick as possible because it spawns a lot of extra mobs, which you have to kill as well if you don't reset. So if you spawn a lot of them, just reset. If you don't spawn a lot of them, like this one, just kill it as well. But you will have to kill it, so better not to spawn them, which is why the Q, W, and E should get the job done. Otherwise, you can proc your helm in advance as well, just to be sure. Alright, so here we have the boss. I would say just Q, W, Q. I'm gonna wait for my W to reset here because I couldn't combine it with my E. If you want to, you can get hit whilst using Cleric Robe and use your E then for some extra damage, like 20% more damage. You can see like the boss gets deleted. Like I'm not even doing my rotation perfectly whatsoever. I'm just spamming abilities at this point. And I'm, killing them very fast nonetheless. If you do like perfect rotation, you will of course kill them faster. I'm a bit of a potato right now. I can't really think of what the perfect rotation would be, but I assume it would be something like W, E, and that already gets the job done with this one. So that's quite nice. And then Q, helmet. I didn't even use my poison pot so far, so that would be like extra damage as well. And about those, I don't know, man. It's easy. Like with bolt casters, you can kill things very quickly if it's like a single target. So it doesn't take much brain power to get the job done. Let's see what we get. It's a blue chest, tier 6 blue chest. So second rarity. I think like 50k, 80k in loot, and 37k in silver bags. So about 120k, 120k. Like this place took me like what, 5-6 minutes, 120k. And the fame I got quite some fame as well. Yeah, like 10k, 15k per mob. How much did I get from the boss? I think I got 15k from the boss. So about 120k fame, and I think like 120k, sorry, 120k in loot, and about 120k in fame, I think. So yeah, it's really great progress, honestly. I think as a solo player, when I did activities solo, the highest I ever got from one of these green chests was actually from a blue one as well, just like the one we had just now. And I think I got 16 million. I got like this artifact item, tier 8 artifact item. It was a tier 6 chest as well, yeah? It wasn't even a tier 8 chest. It was a tier 6 chest. And I got 18 million. 18 or 16. I don't know, man. I think 16. I think 16 million artifact from that chest. So tier 6 green chest that was uncommon rarity. So blue rarity. And I got 16 million. And that was the highest I ever got when playing solo. So these chests, they can be very rewarding, like very big. All right, let's see where the camp starts. So here we have another camp. But this one is like, it's, yo, I'm going to kill this guy. There we go. I'm going to kill his body too. Damn, he has Wanderlust? I think, dude, look at this, man. Look at this. Easy. Easy money. Man, it's so weird. Like, I played this game for fucking years, yeah? And I still have this, like, this race in heartbeat. Like, like my heart was going like crazy there, man. What did I get? Look at this, man. Free 100k or something? 204k? These guys will even cleared like this entire piece for me, yeah? Oof. Okay, I need to calm down a bit. I need to calm down. My heart is going nuts here. Still not used to that trail, man, in Albion. Especially like if you take a break. I haven't played for like 2 months now yet. If you take a break and you come back, like your heart it just isn't used to this shit, honestly. Let's kill this ASAP because people did see on the map now that people were killed here, so that's not good for us. But luckily, they did like most of the job, so I can just spam my abilities, you know, and quickly kill everything. I'll even use a poison here just to speed things up for myself. I'm just spamming abilities, man. Like a 4-year-old could do this. Like Boltcasters, easy mode. Another bag, another treasure. I do kind of want to wait for my health to regen here, so I'm gonna take a look around on my horse to make sure I looted everything. You can't do this while mounted. Alright, I'm almost full HP. I scouted around a little. Nothing in sight, so I'll just kill the boss as well. WE, and he's already down to 60%, man. When he does this, just use your mobility to get out, because that shit does a lot of damage. Gonna proc my armor here for some extra damage once again. Next thing I'm gonna do is pierce him once again, use my poison pot, and just E, and that should get the job done here. What did we get? Another blue chest. Let's see how much we get this time. 40k in silver bags and 112k in loot. That's a lot, man. So you can see, yeah, like, how long is this video now? This video is like 20 minutes, I think? 30 minutes? I'm not sure. I think it's about 20 minutes. And, you know, like most of the time I was like talking and doing my build in the city. I think I spent like a good 10 minutes here and did 2 chests, killed 2 people. And I have 75k in silverbacks here. 75k, yeah. And 320k in loot. Like, if we don't count the guys we killed, that would be like 100k less loot, I think. So it's still like 200k loot, which isn't bad at all, honestly. Like, if I were a beginner, I would be doing this stuff on a consistent basis, honestly. Or even if you're not a beginner, even if you're like just in need of progress in silver and fame, this content is really good, man. And I like the Roads of Avalon. I think it's the best thing that was added to the game, honestly. I like the PvE. I like the PvP it makes for. So yeah, it's great content. Great content, great progress. one of my favorite things in Albion, basically. So yeah, I can exit the way I came from. I came from smooth block left. I'll be safe as soon as I pass this portal. Do know that people tend to camp portal entrances, so be careful with that. Having a fast mount really helps. Like for the sake of this video, I went with a cheap mount to have like a budget set, but normally I would really go with at least a Swiftclaw. I would go with the Grey Wolf, but at least a Swiftclaw. Well, at this point, I secured my loot already. I don't know. I did 2 chests. Well, 1.5 chests, right? But I got like two chests. I opened 2 chests. I got like, what is it? Close to 200k fame, close to 400k in loot. So yeah, if you need progress, just do this content, man. Honestly, it's great content. It's underrated right now. I would say it's underrated. It's quite inactive. So I would just abuse this. Honestly, I would just abuse this. I hope this video was helpful, guys. It is a bit different from my other videos, but I wanted to do a raw, unedited video this time to explain as much as possible about the content I'm doing in a beginner, newbie-friendly way. So yeah, that's about it. I will share, or well, I won't share. Yeah, I will share a video down in the comments below. In the pinned comment, you will find a video that shows 6 starter builds for newer players. And those 6 starter builds, you can use any of those for this content as well. So if you want to play a different weapon, if I remember right, it's Carving Sword, it's a Great Fire Staff, Light Crossbow, which is a really good one as well, regular bow, the one-handed spear, and I'm forgetting one. I forgot one, I think. I'm not sure what the final one was, but there should be one more. So yeah, any of those 6 builds will be great for this content as well. This build excels at it as well, so you can go with this one as well. I hope, yeah, this was valuable, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, guys.